Good morning. Thanks for being with us today. What we are attempting now, after lengthy work and effort, is the following. We have a magazine which has been accompanying us for 240 editions, and since day one, when Aapresid started, it started with a newsletter. We'll see the history about it, but we want to tell you that we have a new version. We have gone for digitization, for modernization, and as a result, we must be constantly innovating, looking for the best options for magazine users or newsletter users. So we will tell you what this new portal will be like. I want to especially thank all of the staff, the companies that accompany the magazine portal. In this case, Antonella, a person who cooperated with us and who is no longer working with us, but I wanted to thank her for her participation. Let's deliver a presentation together with me. There is Sofia Colalongo, who is now in charge of the portal and who works and does all of the portal development. There are many people who have worked for many years accompanying us. There are many partners who cooperate in the magazine with its day-to-day operations. So this is something we're going to be sharing with you now. Thanks very much. Good afternoon to you all. Thanks for accompanying us. I would like to ask for the video, a brief introduction to the new portal, Innovadores Network. For those who are familiar with the Aapresid magazine, the Innovadores Network was the name that we had chosen for the magazine many years ago. As she said, the magazine has been present for 30 years now. Innovadores Network was its name for a long time. And as we're going to share in this presentation, that name refers to the network and the work behind the magazine and how we work to develop that content, which has accompanied Aapresid for such a long time. And one of the features in Aapresid is generating these forums and spaces for discussion. It generates top-quality content, and together with that, it is important to have communication and activities that promote communication. For example, this Congress, which is essential to communicate and share knowledge. That is why we have thought of these new approaches, new formats. That's why we have innovated, and as it is typical of Aapresid, we support innovation in every sense of the word and every activity, whether it is content development, being a step forward, everywhere. So we want to use that name again. We have recovered this name that the magazine has always had and used it for this new portal to develop the network that Aapresid has had forever. We are networking with institutions, programs, universities, teachers, researchers who are part of the magazine, have been part of it, and will be a part of this new format. That's the explanation for the name chosen.
Hacemos un breve recorrido
Let's now look at the history, how the magazine changed and innovated from day one since Aapresid was founded, when we started understanding farmers' needs, the needs back then to communicate what Aapresid was doing, reach out to all farmers throughout the country with what was being developed, what was starting back then, and that was the start of the first newsletter. So, Caro, if we watch the video, please. It's the previous presentation. Well, as Sophie was saying, history dates back to 1989, day one when Aapresid was created. Since then, pioneers started engaging in internal communication. It was just a 3-page newsletter at the time. We were in a toddler stage, and as we look at the evolution over time, today it is a magazine that has far more content. It's no longer a newsletter. In the year 2000, we shifted to the magazine format, not the newsletter. It was called No Till. That was the name of the magazine that was sent to partners. Then, starting in 2014, we changed its name to Innovadores Network, and the time intervals at which the magazine was published also changed. First, it was every 3-4 months. Then, when it shifted to the name Innovadores Network, it was a monthly magazine that reached out to each and every partner's homes. I still have many copies of that time, and the material presented there is timeless. Started in 2014, we modernized the design, we gave it a new look. Of course, today, technologies and scientific development and what we do as an institution has led us to also modernizing the magazine in 2021. Following the pandemic, we asked ourselves how to reach to other partners and non-partners, and that's when we started publishing the magazine in digital format, open to the public. I would like to underscore what Sophie is going to tell us about now, that is the interaction amongst all Aapresid programs involved in each of the articles that you may find there. Partners who also share their views, companies that share information. So today we are launching a new format, a portal, more reader-friendly, far more dynamic, and we can even interact with readers to adapt to changing scenarios. Thanks, Carolina. This is by way of illustration of the path that Carolina has just described. These are just some cover pages, starting with the first newsletter and the number 200 issue, and the most recent one being 244. As Carolina said, there are two things which are of the essence when it comes to thinking of the portal and this magazine and portal format we are launching. The key and the importance of the magazine and the magazine format, which will be continuously improved, is how we accompany farmers in the decision-making process. That we think is key. Every issue is thought of in line with a given theme, whether it is the rain period, the drought period, if there is any pest or disease, whatever comes out in each crop season, and hence the importance of the magazine and the portal. I mean, we launch information that helps farmers day in, day out in their decision-making processes. We are constantly developing content internally. We also pay attention to what is going on internationally, and we are constantly in contact with researchers, farmers, our partners, teachers, students, institutions like CONICET, the Argentinian Agricultural Technology Institute, people who help us develop content, all of which will be hosted in the new portal. People who have accompanied us historically and whose content has been present in the magazine and the newsletter.
En nuestro portal. Bueno, un breve resumen de cosas que se van a encontrar ahí. Hay diferentes columnas temáticas, siempre, digamos, conectado con esa necesidad de difundir el contenido, mercado, climas, tendencias y desafíos globales, manejo de cultivos, ciencia de agro, bueno, puedo mencionar un montón más. Estas son algunas de las que pueden ir viendo. Y bueno, ya como para terminar un poquito ahí el tema del contenido, nada, seguimos creciendo para agrandar la red y acompañando Aapresid en su nuevo formato y el portal en su nuevo formato. Eso es brevemente algo a modo simbólico de lo que pueden ir encontrando, y si quieren vamos al videíto final de cómo sería ya el portal y que ya está libre en nuestra página web para que puedan ingresar y ver el contenido. Si quieren vamos al último video y lo podemos ver. Perdón que no tiene sonido, pero es la pantalla. Bueno, ahí podemos compartir, descargarla, compartirlo directo en WhatsApp, eso.
May download it, share it by WhatsApp. The idea was to make this content more readable, available, more easy to disseminate. I remember the first newsletter, and Victor Tupoco spoke of the importance of disseminating no-till. So we had that in mind when developing this new format, how to share and disseminate content and information. The idea is to share information with new companies and institutions, and that they can share information there too. And we are more than open as an institution to receiving whatever articles you may wish to publish on a monthly basis, starting with the upcoming issue. All spaces will be available on our website for you to post your content, to work together. And that's all I had to say. Thank you.
Bueno, igual.
As Sophie said, I'd just like to thank you, and we are really looking forward to receiving any information you think should be shared. This is what matters, sharing in a network everything we might know and we might learn. Thank you.